Hello there, sign of Taurus. We're doing Taurus. Taurus, I'm going to pull you a Celtic cross today. It's a timeless one, so I trust that when you find this or when you see this message, that it's meant for you. Just going to get these decks shuffled up a little bit. Invite your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels to join us for these messages. They are always for your most high. That's my intention. I do have private readings. They're a little bit of maybe like a 48-hour wait right now, which really isn't that much. Information's in the description box below. They start at $20 and they are recorded readings. Make sure you put in the notes section what you want to know. And thank you all for the support that I've had so far. But I hope, if you don't get a private reading, that this is as close to one as I can get. I have two decks here that I'm using. They're all mixed up, so that's why I say it's going to be a little bit more intense of a reading, because we'll be reading reversals. But just kind of remember that when a reversal pops out, it's not automatically like, oh, that's not good, okay? Because sometimes people have a thing about seeing reversals. But anyway, it'll be okay. We get different messages this way, so it will be okay. Whatever it is, we'll face it. Taurus. Taurus, Ace of Cups, and it's not upright. Oh, who's that? Make sure I get, okay. Zombie Tarot, by the way. This one is Zombie Tarot. Two for the outcome. Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. Typically what's on the bottom of the deck is something that you don't actually see. So maybe we have this energy coming into our reality, which is wealth, completion, and things like that. So, with the messages, past energy here is the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Now, Eight of Cups in the reverse is letting us know that there was a situation that we feared separating from. We were attached to it still in some way. This thing did not make you happy. However, there's still this emotional attachment, or there was. Tell me more. Star energy and a rebirth. Star energy and Ten of Swords in the reverse. So it's like you're ready to put the worst behind you and you're ready to move on to something new. You have hope here for whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Usually the star is, manifesting our dreams, things that we've wanted since we were young, miracles manifested. So there's this thing going on right now. There's this thing going on as far as the issue is. And we have the Ace of Cups. So I have this new beginning, a new portal, something loving that's opening up. But then you have the King of Wands in the reverse as the challenge. I mean, either you're dealing with a Leo energy and they're a challenge, or that it can represent a person that you're dealing with. Perhaps you and that person. There's something here about trying to pretend like everything's fine when it's not. It's interesting because I'm picking up the energy of a fear of moving on from something that you're actually already done with. You don't even worry about it in your mind. But it's still lingering here because it's this King of Wands in the reverse. It's like something that Hmm. Tell me about the Five of Swords in the reverse, because this is another thing that's telling us that, you know, we're not holding on to the past. Like, we're not conflicted about what it is that we want to move on from. I almost see this as maybe the Ace of Cups is the challenge. There's just, it feels like an energy you don't want to deal with. It feels like a person you just don't want to deal with anymore. That's what it feels like. Empress twice. Hello. Empress twice, side by side. Must be the season of the witch. Do, do, do. That song's coming through my head. Maybe that. I know there's a group that sings it before Lana Del Rey, but I'm thinking of the Lana Del Rey version. Must be the season of the witch. What's happening here? All right, there's a real attempt to get along with some kind of energy that you're around. Okay, there's a real valid attempt. There's like a rawness, there's authenticity to a connection where there's no conflict anymore. Maybe the worst is behind. Something might still not be working. There's almost like not an illusion that something's not working out. Does that make sense? There's no mask on. This is what it is. Like, there's no mask. Nobody's like pretending here. Because you're like, I'm in Empress mode, you know, my heart is in Empress mode. Things come naturally to me, and when something's going to come to me in my orbit, when it pulls in, it does, and it's going to happen. No matter what, I deserve the best. I'm going to get the best. If what's around me is not the best, then I'm not going to act like it is. I'm going to have peace, though. I'm going to have peace. And your heart's going to get what it wants. I can tell you that. You have amazing energy. Because this Ace of Cups is you. Is what I'm feeling. Like, this is you. You are the opportunity. You are the opportunity here. And you're loving, you're kind. You understand in the environment here. I have an Ace of Pentacle in the reverse. So you absolutely understand what kind of investment it's going to take for any new beginning, like to invest in yourself. I don't think you're materialistic. I think you're grounded. I think you can get money when you want it, when you need it, and at other times it's not as important to you. I just have this feeling of there's a big understanding of what's really important in life, and honestly, that's what brings you the abundance. That's kind of just goes back to the whole saying of you found the abundance within yourself, you know. You found it within. So you are feeling like the Empress. It's in your heart space. This card, the Empress that came out in the regular part of your spread, represents how you're feeling. So before I go on to the environment, let me get more on how you're feeling. If you're feeling like an Empress, then you don't have a shadow of a doubt that something good's going to come to you no matter what. No matter who's in your energy or who ends up getting kicked out of your energy. It's going to be fine no matter what. You have doubles so much here in your reading now. We have the Three of Pentacle up there. We have Three of Pentacle down here. This time it's in the upright. This is what I'm saying with this energy of like cooperation, harmony. And there's almost a feeling like if you can work with me, even just for money's sake at this point, like if you can just work for me or work with me, we can make something, we can build something off of that. That's interesting. So you're feeling like you want cooperation. You have 3, 3, 3. I mean, you have another 3 up there, but having 3 right here in a row makes me think of that angel number that says, I am powerful. So I feel like you are recognized as the Empress, and others recognize you as the Empress too. Tell me more about how you're feeling. Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Coins on the bottom. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So this is a person, you, who is feeling stable, grounded, hardworking, devoted, tireless in a sense, but steady, persistent. Like I said, it's not a force that is really strong and then dies out really quick. It's not like a fiery energy. It's the Pentacles. So this is slow but steady wins the race, and you do, like, so you know that something's going to be very successful here with you. Something you're working on. I don't know if you're getting a new skill, a new ability, or doing some higher learning or something here. Something's moving along perfectly. Tell me about whatever, because see, this can be extra training, skills, education, and then it makes sense with the Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse that you would be investing in yourself. Tell me more about Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Death card in the reverse. I see the Death card in the reverse as well. Maybe it's when we've come to a dead end, but we haven't accepted an ending yet in something that's going on. And maybe they're saying that it is time to invest a little bit more in yourself. Can I have something with the 108 Oracle for the environment? Death card in the reverse. So this is you. Tireless. That's what I said, tireless. Fishing pole, self-reliance, extend oneself. Autonomy, mentoring others, poetry in motion, exploration. Providing, connect with nature, accomplishment, reflection, self-improvement, and capable. You're the Knight of Pentacles. This is showing up. It landed on the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands here in the future energy is your good news that's coming your way. Future energy, this is probably it. This is probably it. You can also look, by the way, you can also look at, maybe you could look at Death card in the reverse as being like a process of transformation and a process of, almost like a rising phoenix energy, where something ends completely and then something new is here. And it definitely has to do with like you investing in yourself. There's something that you've done where it's proving to you, it's going to prove to you financially why you did it. So this is your future energy. Travel, the airplane, travel long distance, speed, overcome, rise up, freedom, no boundaries, breaking free, in control. Things work out, taking off, leave it behind, internal guidance systems. Internal guidance system. Listening to your intuition. Give me more on this really nice future energy, please. Page of Wands. Queen of Wands. Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so when we started off saying that there was still some sort of connection, right, that wasn't necessarily working very well, but you do what you can, you do, you know what I mean, you do what you can, or try to have peace in the interim, stuff like that. This is that separation, I believe, because that's what the Six of, yeah, and it's something that might happen kind of fast, because here we have a divine counterpart, but one of them, in the reverse, something's not working out, right? And that's and that energy is the challenge, or challenging energy at this time. So you're brave, you're bold, you're confident. taking a chance. We have a whole freaking family here, if you've noticed. We have the Queen, we have the King, the Knight, and the Page. All of Wands. We have parting ways with this Six of Cups in the reverse. And fast. And fast. When? I don't know. It's the moon. So you get some sort of good news, and you break free from a situation that you've wanted to break free from for a while. Tell me about the Fool in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. This would be your energy, right? So, for some of you all, this is saying that one of the biggest challenges to taking a step in a new direction or having a fool's journey where you've learned something and you have to take that first step is going to be to draw boundaries and to actually cut out people and situations that are in your life that are stopping you, holding you back. However, I don't see that happening here because I do see you moving forward, taking action. So, more than likely, it is somewhat of a warning that something that you went through that was really painful here, that like a situation where it would make it hard to trust somebody else, could get you feeling bitter or disconnected to the heart space. You could find that it's hard to trust, or you don't want to open up, don't even want to communicate. Hard to trust again. I still don't see it being like a problem, though. Maybe it's that you don't trust this past thing. So we have the Devil in the reverse, which is the release of a negative situation, toxic situation, something that had you in bondage or an addiction or a fear, a vice. King of Wands in the reverse. Again, the Leo, Libra, Capricorn. Aquarius, Aries maybe here too. Alright, well, let's move on. So we have the Two of Wands in the hope or fear section. So I think it's a hope of a path. Yeah, that judgment is a path too. Judgment is a path. I didn't realize. There we go. It's for a new path, a new possibility. I think that's what we're ultimately hoping for. Guidance from Spirit, awakening, the alarm sounding. What should I do next? Because there's some sort of news or information that you receive. Page of Swords. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. It's just kind of confirming that something happened with the plans here. This is still tied to this thing in the past. This King of Wands energy as a challenge is still, they all tie in to what's not working in harmony for you. A plan that didn't work out. It's something like that. But so we get news or information that we need. We're staying strong. We have the Nine of Wands. We're staying strong. We're the wounded soldier at this point. So there's a little bit of exhaustion. I don't know if you've been taking on a lot. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Waiting on news. We're really wanting a path to change here. I think it does change for the better. But this situation that we've got going on, current, You have the Eight of Cups reversed, and you have the Six of Swords in the reverse, and both of those mean that there's something that your internal guidance system has been trying to tell you about. Hey, I need to move in a different direction. This is holding me back at this time into an energy that I do not resonate with or don't feel good about. So the path changes, and it ends up leading to your Four of Wands. But we have a lot of wands here, so I have like a lot of action that is going to be taken. What is the news that Taurus is waiting on? Let me see if I can get something about what is the news or communication that Taurus is waiting on for their celebration. The Four of Wands, right? Celebration, peace, coming to terms with something, peace of mind, news that gives you peace of mind, a new direction, connections, and perfect timing. Well, I mean, like, no matter what the issue is, it seems like you are focused on doing you. Meeting new connections, very important here, because we have both cards that mean community, soul tribe, meet in person, the internet connection. I don't know, but it's important with those threes. And then we have the biker with the lone wolf style, nonconformist, standing up, breaking the rules. I think that this Four of Wands has to do with work. Sometimes it can be work. It's your 11-11 energy. It's your path. It's your purpose. It lines you up with the right people. So it's like everything's happening at the right timing. And I feel like you're being told, hey, let's be in your Empress mode. So whatever you're working on, just keep doing that. Keep laying down your plans, right? Your the self-reliance energy here, because something's going to be a very big success, I feel like. And we just have too many pentacles. Even that 10 of pentacles, we have too many of them for it not to be, I think. So this is a path that's going to be very successful regarding your work, what you work on, who you work with, support from a community. So perhaps we're waiting on some news here that has to do with this new path opening up for us to allow us to move in a direction that our internal guidance system has been telling us for a while, since the past, to go towards. Yeah. Beehive, diligent, persistent, stamina, application, tireless, mindful, hard work, devoted, fruitful, busy, conscientious, energetic, continual harvest, endurance, effort, patience, and concentration. And because you have both of those sixes in the reverse, I'm going to say that there's also probably a message that Spirit wants to get you in the right mindset, and thinking of knowing that everything's going to work out, and be positive about it. There is a message of unconditional love here too. No matter the situation, there's an unconditional love. Because there's some sort of understanding of life that you have that's profound, and it is how you're dealing so well with some type of a situation. It would be very challenging for most people right now. Okay. 6, 7, 8. So 8 says your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. And 77, it's time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desire and ambition. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I am brave. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.